What's up, I Like Scary? We are back. I hope you all are having an amazing day. I'm having an amazing day. It feels great to be a horror fan. So you all, today we're going to be ranking all the Ghostface killers, including the killers from Scream 6. So if you haven't seen this film, you gotta go, man. And when you see the film, come back and check out this video. So it will be spoilers in this video from Scream 6. But yeah, you all, my ranking actually shocked me. Just looking over it, we got a total of 13 Ghostface killers. And yeah, let's get into it. Before we get started, hit that like button. It definitely helps. So, coming in at number 13, you all probably guessed it, it's Jason. It is Jason from the opening kill in Scream 6 that took out Samara Weaving. The reason he's at my last is because, I would have included Greg, but I don't know. I really don't. He didn't do anything. He was chopped up in the fridge, But Jason, he took out Samara Weaving, yeah, but we didn't see too much of him. I liked him being in the opening kill, but he just wasn't my favorite, and I haven't seen enough of him. So, yeah. Coming in at number 12 is Jack Champion as Ethan. I'm not gonna lie, I actually enjoy his character to a certain level, and then at certain points when he was going kind of too Looney Tune, it was like almost overboard. But I did like the reveal. I did like the reveal when he takes the mask off and he kind of looks like insane, but he kind of started going overboard to a point. Then when he says to Tara, I always wanted to stick something in you, Tara, that, they kind of made him like psychotic. So I definitely enjoyed the character. He's just not my favorite. Maybe if I got to see a little more of him, yeah, I would have probably put him up a little higher. But number 12 is Ethan. Number 11 is Dermont. Now, I know you guys probably are shocked about this, but I'm going to be honest, man. Dermont, they said he was under the age Ghostface, man, of course. I didn't enjoy him when, towards the final act. That's what kind of made me make my decision. He takes the mask out his vest, and, it just felt like he was, like, trying to be the best as he can be in this role, but it just wasn't executed right. It just wasn't executed right. I feel like it was kind of lacking personality as Ghostface. Almost like it was a prank. Like he was like, hey, I got you. I'm like, or something. It wasn't like he was serious enough. I understand what they tried to do, kind of giving that Mrs. Lomas feel, but it just didn't work for me. So coming in at number 11 was Dermont. Don't get me wrong, though. Maybe if we got him, revealed in the role, but it kind of convinced me that was him in the bodega, and that was him just doing all the damage with the age Ghostface mask. But I just can't see that, man. I mean, I can over, Quinn going to stab Gail like she said in the film, but I just can't see it. I don't know, man. I just, certain killers just like Dermont, I don't know. But coming in at number 10, I'm going to be honest, I don't know how she ended up at number 10, but I do, because it's Amber, you all, from Scream 5. I enjoy her, better, more than Dermont and Ethan and Jason, because at the end, she had a personality. How she shot Liv McKenzie in the head, and just the whole final act with her going up against Gail and Nev, the Hanson. I know I was radicalized. It was just like she was very, like, disturbed. So you gotta enjoy Amber. She was like, and on top of that, she's a female. Kind of gave me a little bit of that Jill feel, but no one can touch Jill. I just really do feel like, Amber, she did well. She definitely did well. And she damn near completed all the kills in Scream 5 while Richie stood back and scratched his ass. So, yeah, I'm going to have Amber at 10. I'm comfortable with that. But number 9, you guys probably guessed it, we have Richie. Richie was cool. I definitely enjoy how they kind of incorporated him in 6 with the twist that he's Dermont's son and everything. But I feel like, Richie didn't do enough as Ghostface. It looked like in Scream 5 Amber did everything, and he was just like the little brother that tagged along. I did, enjoy him towards the final act when he does his reveal and everything, and I kind of see he had some potential. It just didn't show in Scream 5, but it's too late. He's dead now. But, Richie, I kind of felt, him coming off as sometimes cringy, if that makes sense. It's like he tried to take some Stu Macher and put it in his character, but it just didn't hit. Same with Ethan. It's like they're trying to incorporate this Looney Tune Stu Macher feel in their character, but it's not fluid enough, So, number 9 is Richie. Number 8 might shock you all. Quinn, Liana Liberato. I actually enjoyed Quinn as Ghostface. I know we didn't get a lot of her, but the moment she takes her mask off, it's like she fits the look for Ghostface. She fits the look, the hair out, down by the robe, and then she gets her teeth knocked out. She still gets up, and her grill is gone, like knocked her whole shit out. And then, Sam's upstairs, and she's like, dragging a knife across the railing. And it's just a look she had, and in that scene where DeMont, they're talking to Ethan, and you kind of get Quinn a little glimpse of her character when she does the pokey poke at Tara. It's like, yeah, it's kind of like she convinces me that she's disturbed, like she's trying to poke Tara. And I mean, Ethan did actually stab slice Sam. He kind of sliced it, but like I said, Ethan was cool. It's just I feel like Quinn, she had me convinced as Ghostface in that scene, Liana Liberato. So I wish we could have seen more of her. They kind of just, cut her lights off. Sam just kind of cut her lights off, but I get why they did it, because, like, Sam can only go through so much. It's like, man, it's time for me to fuck some of you guys up. So I understand why she did it, but I actually enjoy Quinn. I wish I could have had more of her. She just has that unique look as a Ghostface. So, number 7, you all, Mrs. Lomas. Mrs. Lomas. Now, I know a lot of people don't like Mrs. Lomas because she's an older lady, Debbie Salt, and they're just like, nah, I don't enjoy Billy's mother coming back and just trying to get revenge for her son. But I personally think she was really psychotic. You guys see those eyes? She was out her top, man, at that moment on that stage with Mickey. She was out her top. She didn't give a shit. She was willing to risk it all, as you seen, and that's, in my opinion, scary. She was willing to risk it all. And the way she revealed her plan, how she obtained Mickey and brought him, with her, was just crazy. And she was willing to kill for her son. And she's a mother. A mother's love is different, and that is Mrs. Lomas. She was willing to take, Nev out. She was willing to take Courtney Cox out because, she just didn't give a fuck at that point. You kill my son, I'll kill you. And she really looked psychotic in the whole Scream 2 and the final act. It's like she was mindless at that time. It was like she was like, I'll take myself out if I have to, So, number 7 is Mrs. Lomas. Number 6 is Roman. A lot of people don't enjoy Roman. I enjoy Roman. He is my favorite part in Scream 3. That final act with the reveal of him being a long-lost brother with Sydney. And I feel like they had a real battle. And he was kind of like, he felt like a real killer, if that makes sense. He faked his death and everything. But once we got that reveal of him, he felt like a real killer. No more glasses on. He was just ready to take out Sydney. And he was giving her a fight, bro. Like, it wasn't none of that running around the table and tampering. He was trying to kill. He was trying to kill, bro. He was soccer punching Sydney. He was like, bro, it was like a brother and sister fight. But one of them was, obviously having to die. But it was almost like Roman, he was really trying to take out Sydney like ASAP. I'm not about to talk to you or not. I'm going to tell you why I'm doing it, and now I'm about to take you out. Simple as that. I don't give a hell. So, I like Roman. I really do think more killers should kind of look at Roman's character if you want to go to the darker side and kind of take notes, because he was definitely dark in my opinion to a certain level. So, number 6 is Roman. Number 5 for me is Charlie. Now, I'm going to tell you, man, when it comes to Stu Macher, it's only 2 killers that kind of was getting close, or probably 3, to Stu in a way. I know some of them trying to mimic him in some way, in shape, or form in these later Scream films that's coming out. But Charlie, man, I loved how he was obsessed with horror films, and he kind of was just sticking to the plan, and just the fact that he was in his film club and kind of like nerdy, if you want to say that. And I just loved how his reveal was. I think it was the reveal with Kirby that made me like Charlie. It was like, oh shit, like you got a hate and right in front of you, and you don't even want that. You'd rather just stick to the plan. That shows you that he screwed up. And you could tell he never got, with a female, and he was willing to overstep that just to stay in character as a Ghostface. I think that was crazy. That's just my opinion. But he's potentially one of the ones that had a little bit of Stu with him. Possibly, if you see what I'm saying, or certain scenes, it kind of reminded me of Stu. And this next killer also had a little bit of Stu with him. Is number 4, Mickey. I loved Mickey, just off the fact he just he became Ghostface, to be with Mrs. Lomas, but it's almost like he didn't even have a motive. He just wanted to do it and be a part of something, like, and just he wanted to kill, it seemed like. And I feel like he really, like, you look at those kills in Scream 2 that Mickey did, Mrs. Loomis did some of them, but man, those are some brutal kills. In the way he chased, in a way it was like he was hungry for a kill. And bro, when he was laughing and he had the gun to his head, and he's like, I'm like, yeah, bro, he's fucked up. And he has the knife and everything, and he's just like talking to Sydney on the stage and waving it. Yeah, it was great the way, they had that character set up, Mickey. I would love to see, how people say Stu I am, one of the ones that would love to see Stu come back. But if I could pick someone else to come back, I would like to see Mickey in a Scream. But I know he's gone, shot him up, and I just loved how he kind of toyed with Sydney and made her uncomfortable as a killer. So, yeah, man, Mickey, number 4. Number 3, it's Billy Lomas. I love Billy Lomas, man. Skeet Ulrich did a great job. From the moment I seen the original Scream, I kind of knew that he was the killer, especially in that scene with Sydney and him in the hall. But I just feel like he set the tone. Billy Lomas set the tone for the dark side of Ghostface. Stu was kind of the goofy one, but he just set the tone. So now people that want to be that, they get the role for a Ghostface, could look at Billy Lomas and go to the dark side and everything, because he definitely went dark a lot of the times. This look he had, and when you got the reveal, it was like he kind of put some psychoticness in there, some goofiness in there, but he still, remained dark. I loved how he handled the situation. He was like the brains. Stu was kind of like, I'm just here to have fun. But I'm not going to lie. Billy was the serious Ghostface. He meant business. And I just liked how he just had everything laid out, and he set the tone for the Ghostface killers that we have now. Number 2, man, almost was at number 1 for me. Jill. I love Jill, man. Emma Roberts killed the character of Ghostface. And you guys, I don't even have to explain. The whole final act with Jill, and even at the hospital with Nev, who are you? Michael fucking Myers. How she was that, thirsty and dedicated to kill Sydney. She was willing to take her out in the hospital. She was willing to just take her out in the hospital. And then her motive was like, damn, shit like that can really happen. People get jealous of their own family members. But what kind of made me put her up high and level, possibly it'll be my number 1 in the future, depending on how these Screams begin to grow on me throughout the future. But when she just started hurting herself, man, busting herself through the table, getting, the hand to scratch her face and take her hair out, I'm like, bro, she's dedicated to making this story be like she's the hero. And it was just, to think that someone's willing to go through all that to make someone believe that they were innocent is very, very disturbing. It's crazy to know that someone obviously is willing to hurt themselves to that level where they can just get away scotch-free. And she was just taking in all that fame. They were taking her picture on the stretcher, and she just like acting so innocent. Whole time in her brain, she did damage to these people in this house. But number 2 is Jill. My number 1, you guys probably guessed it, is Stu Macher. Man, what is it not to love about Stu, man? The energy Matthew Lillard had as Stu, the way he was just, I think that was the most psychotic shit out of all the Ghostface killers. He had no motive. He was just there helping Billy. And I think that's what made it sicker. He was just there. Remember when Billy revealed the motive about his dad and everything? Matthew Lillard kind of looked at him like, oh, that's why we're fucking doing this? I was just here to have fun. Like, and he just like, and it was the one-liners he had, bro. And then he was like, I'll be right back. And these one-liners and everything, and the slob and everything coming out of his mouth, it just made him different. He had a different type of energy, and it was like he was like on a playground in his house in the final act. It was like he was literally on a playground, just there to have fun, pluck people up, stab them. And I just love that reveal with Stu. He's like, surprise, Sydney. And he's all on Sid. Sydney's like, I always had a thing for you, Sid. It's just those lines that show you like, bro, I'm really fucked in the brain. I don't care. I don't got no reason to do this, but I'm doing it. So number 1 for me is Stu. Hopefully we get some Stu in the future. Possibly not, but yeah. And I gotta give an honorable mention. to who? Melissa Barrera. Because technically in my book, she was a Ghostface. Did you guys see what the hell she did to Dermont? She was stabbing him all up in his arms and shit, and the camera's panning, catching those shots. Man, let me tell you something. Sam looks good as Ghostface, and I would love to see her as a Ghostface, even if it's half Final Girl, half Ghostface. Because damn, if Sam becomes Ghostface, man, and they do it right, she could potentially be in my top 3. That whole final act in Scream 6 when she's killing Dermont is my favorite scene in that film. When she's doing that, she takes off the mask. I'm like, it fits her perfectly. Billy Loomis' daughter, you know. So, honorable mention, Sam Carpenter as Ghostface. But, you guys, unfortunately, it's the end of the video. Don't forget to hit me up on my social medias at I Like Scary on Instagram. I Like Scary _ on TikTok and Brandon Down on Facebook. And yeah, you are right there where it says subscribe next to it. Click join and become a member of the channel. Check out the Patreon, get exclusive content and benefits. And comment down below your Ghostface ranking. I would love to know. But yeah, you all, I want you all to watch some horror movies. Stay scary out there. I love you all. Peace.